Could I destroy the entire Roman Empire during the reign of Augustus if I traveled back in time with a modern US Marine Infantry battalion or MU? With helicopters. It could be pretty easy and humorous at the same time. You could just hover a couple of 100 feet above the army and drop goats on them and they wouldn't be able to retaliate. It would be like holding back a tiny kid by pushing him back by his head. He would be swinging like mad trying to get at you, only to fail and be pelted by goats. I would say that if you had just one major confrontation with a legion, in order to demonstrate your military power, then you could just use fear to win every battle after that. You could call yourselves emissaries of Zeus or something who have descended to Earth in order to kill Octavian. If you somehow manage to communicate that you will raise the entire empire should Octavian not be delivered to you, then I am sure the desperately frightened citizens of Rome would be willing to do anything to appease the gods. Or something along those lines. Magic supply line? Sure. It wouldn't even be a contest. What are 300,000 men with swords going to do against a tank? Gum up the treads with their bodies? You should check out this comic book. http://www. Amazon. Pax Romana Jonathan Hickman DP /1,582,408,734. It's about the Vatican sending a modern force back in time to prevent the fall of the Roman Empire. Or what do magic supply lines? That's cheating. BTW, does anyone remember in Age of Empires 2 when you could get the car that has a machine gun? I picture it like that. If you disliked Augustus, you could just fight the legions protecting him. Remove him from power, kill him, and set up a new government. There is no need to kill his whole army to the last man. This was never how wars were fought. You fight a few battles, win them all easily, reach Rome, take over and use the remnants of the old army to rule the empire, which is still vast. So I guess your strategy needs rethinking. If you cannot bring part of the nobility to your side and start a new regime, your 2,000 men would not be much help policing the huge Roman Empire. Even with choppers, you'd lose men here and there and eventually lose control. Tactically, the Romans wouldn't stand a chance. Abrams tanks can engage targets from several km away, even with them out of the picture. Your support weapons, on the Humvees and APCs, machine guns etc., have a range of several hundred meters to 2 kilometers. Rifle against a spear and sword is still no contest. You could mow down enemies armed with a gladius and pilum without them having the possibility to do anything about it. In this fashion, most armies would be broken and retreat rout after losing a large part of their men. After a few battles like this, no one else would even try fighting you. It was very rare for armies to be obliterated, unless they were encircled or run down. Normally, after heavy casualties, the loser would retreat, take more casualties while running away and then sue for peace. Regroup to fight another battle. If he had the power. Too long, didn't read. Destroy a few legions. Let the others stay where they are to keep the peace. Roll up in Rome. Kill Augustus. Someone's got big plans for the weekend. Didn't Cortez conquer a continent with only 500 men? And defeat entire armies of natives without losing a single man, at least in the beginning? I'm going to say yes. Maybe I am thinking Pizarro? My South American history education came from the History Channel, so it may be interspersed with UFOs and 2012 prophesies. It too. What if Panda said it was Pizarro? 140 odd men against 80. 000. They themselves. Literally, who wouldn't, at first, but then spent the entire afternoon slaughtering about 5,000 plus men in the name of Jesus. Not one Spanish soldier was killed. Read the rest. He knows. I don't. This isn't some hypothetical that is unlike anything that has ever happened. There has been lots of examples of modern armies going against primitive armies. Mostly it's resulted in massacre, but some percent of the time the lesser army can put enough resistance to make the fight not worth it for the greater army. British history is full of such examples. although they normally just end with an even bigger army being sent than however many were supposed to subdue the army and then horrible slaughter. The US also has an affection for trying to occupy countries with less advanced militaries, then bungling around for a while and eventually losing interest. If you had a shotgun and blew away a couple Roman senators, they'd probably declare you a living god, and then come the orgies.